Go ahead, Mark.
Okay, my name is Sechita Joel, and I'm going to be handling number 4, part A. It says that given that y varies inversely as the square of x, and that when x is 4, y is 1. Find x when y is a quarter. When x is 4, y is 1. But to do this, you need to first find the constant, because y varies as inversely as x squared, the square of x. This can also be written as y varies as the 1 out of x squared. So let's scroll down a little. When x is 4 and y is 1, this can be y is equals to 1, x is 4. So where there is y varies inversely as 1 out of x squared, which can be expressed as y is equals to k out of x squared. So you're supposed to replace in order to find the value of k, which you can use in case you're given any other number you're supposed to work out. So there is y, you put 1 equals to k out of x squared, which here is 4 squared. So you will cross multiply here, because this can be written as 1 out of 1. You're supposed to cross multiply around there. So this will give you 4 squared is equals to k. So equals to k. K will therefore be equals to 16. You can use this to replace the equation where you had y equals to k out of x squared. Where there's k, you put 16. So your k, put y will be equals to 16 out of x squared. Now we are required to find the value of x when y is a quarter. So when y is a quarter, and you don't have the value of x. So here, where there is y, you put a quarter. So this will be equal to 16 out of x squared. You again cross multiply here. You multiply the 1 by the x squared and the 4 by the 16. You'll then get x squared. Get x squared equals to 16 times 4. X squared will give you a value of 64. Now to find the value of x, you're supposed to find the square root of x squared and 64. When you find the square root, it's possible to have a negative value or a positive value. So you're supposed to express it as x is positive or negative 8. When this will give you the value of x. I'll invite my colleague to the next number.
Thank you very much. My name is Mike Galodin. I'm from Secondary School Chisubi, and I'm going to be taking you through number 4, part B. So scroll down, show it to you. Now, part B says, the time taken to conduct a staff meeting partly varies as the number of members present and partly as the number of items in the agenda. 20 members are present with an agenda of 5 items. A meeting lasts 1 hour, 10 minutes. Okay, so first let's work with the first block, which says the time taken to conduct a staff meeting partly varies as the number of members present and as the number of the items in the agenda. Now, when they say partly varies, you have to know that somewhere there is going to be an addition. There's going to be more than one constant, and the relationship between them is their total. So, get this in. So time, I'm going to use T to represent time, partly varies as the number of members present and partly as the number of items on the agenda. Now, please note this plus because it's what the partly turns into. So that's word problem interpretation. Now we have T is equal to, now here, when I replace this sign, which means directly proportional to, when I replace it, I get constants here. That's how you remove it. That I can express this in terms of using an equal sign. So I'm going to use this, but feel free to use any two constants in the world. You can use your initials if you like. T, okay, this is the equation we're going to work with. Now, this second part, when 20 members are present, with an agenda of 5 items, the meeting lasts 1 hour, 10 minutes. When 30 members attend with only 4 items, the agenda, the meeting takes 1 hour, 38 minutes. Now, what you're doing here is we're going to find the value of the constant so that you can solve anything that comes with the M and the A. So time, when time is equal to 1 hour, 10 minutes, the number of members present is equal to 20, and the agenda has 5 items on it. So 1 hour, 10 minutes could also be expressed as 70 minutes because 1 hour has 60 minutes in it, plus the 10 minutes, that's 70. 70 is equal to the constant times the number of members present plus the other constant L times the number of items in the agenda, which is 5. So we have 70 is equal to 20K plus 5L. This is our first equation. Now we're going to need a second equation because we have 2 unknowns in this one. In the second one, they tell us that T is equal to 1 hour, 38 minutes. And then the number of members present is 30. And the items on the agenda is 4. Okay? So now T, again, we're going to express it in the same means as the first time. We will have T is equal to 98 minutes. So 98 is equal to K times 30 brackets plus L times 4. Now I'm going to shift these equations, start in the next place, sorry, in the same place, for you to see the relationship between them. Let me divide the page here. So now here we have T is equal to, we have 70 is equal to 20K plus 5L. Then the second equation is 98 is equal to 30K plus 4L. Now we need to solve the simultaneous equations here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply this coefficient all through here and then this one here. Now the purpose of this is that we get a 20 here, 20L and 20L here, so that you can eliminate one of these unknowns. So 4 times 70, now this is going to multiply all through. 4 times 70 is 280 is equal to 4 times 20 is 80K plus 5 times 4 is 20L. Now the stress is here. You have to switch these coefficients, multiply this here and multiply this here, so that you get 20 here and 20 here. You see how we eliminate them. So 98 times 5 is 490 is equal to 30 times 5 is 150, K, plus 4 times 5 is 20L. You see, now we're going to eliminate these. So I'm going to subtract. If this had been a positive and maybe a negative, I would have to add them so that they become 0. The purpose here, again, is that we only have K to deal with. So 20 minus 20 is again 0. 80 minus 150, that will give you, I think, negative 70, okay? Because we're subtracting a bigger number from a smaller number. So 70K plus 0 is equal to 280 minus 490, that will give you negative 210. Okay, so now that we have this with only one unknown to deal with, it's easier like this. So you're going to divide by negative 70, which will give you K is equal to 3, okay? So now after getting K is equal to 3, to get the full equation, we're also going to have to find L. So here, we can choose any of these to substitute with. I'm going to choose the first one, which is 70 is equal to 20K plus 5L. So 70 is equal to 20. Now that we have K, we don't have to write it as K. We write it as 3 plus 5L plus 5L. Okay, So 2070 is equal to 60 plus 5L. Now when that 60 crosses this side, get 70 minus 60 is equal to 5L. Okay. Okay, so now we have 10 is equal to 5L. Out of, you divide both sides by 5, L gives you 2. Now that we have this equation, T is equal to 3 members present plus 2 items on the agenda. So that's the equation that we're going to use to solve the next part. Okay, let me see. So now part A says, how long would a meeting with 10 items in the agenda attended by 20 members last? Okay, let me create a bit of space here. Okay, good. Now that we have space, I'm going to T is equal to 3M plus 2A. So now the unknown here is T. We don't know what that stands for. So the members present are 10 items, 10 members. 10 members, okay, no, actually it's 20. 20 here. The number of items on the agenda is 10. So now we substitute this through. T is equal to 3 times 20 members. Sorry. 3 times 20 members plus 2 times 10. So T is equal to 60 plus, this is 20. So T time is equal to 80. Now, since they gave us time in terms of hours and minutes, you want to convert it back. So we have 80 minus 60. The 60 minutes are already an hour, so you get 20. So your answer is 1 hour, 20 minutes. Thank you.
Can we get to the next session? Smark, please.
My name is Jalil, and we would like to do number B, which says that how many items are on the agenda for a meeting which lasts 2 hours, 40 minutes when 50 members attend. So we have our equation as T is equal to 3M plus 2A. And our time in this case will be 2 hours, 40 minutes, which can be 2 hours have 120 minutes plus 40, that means we shall have 160 minutes is equal to, we have the number of members which are 50. So we multiply 3 times 50 plus our 2A. So we shall have 160 is equal to 150 plus 2A. When 150 changes the side, we shall have 160 minus 150, which will give us 10 is equal to 2A. So when we divide 10 by 2, we shall get our answer as 5 items on the agenda. So let me go to part C quickly. We still write our equation as T is equal to 3M plus 2A. And here we want to find the members who are present in a meeting which lasts 1 hour and 20 minutes. So our time here will be 80, 60 minutes plus 20, and there are 7 items on the agenda. So we are, A is 7 and we multiply it by 2. So we shall have 80 is equal to 3M plus 14. We shall subtract 80 minus 14 to get 66, which will be equal to 3M. When we divide both sides by 3, we shall get our number of members who are present as 22. Thank you. That's been Smart presenting number 4.
Thank you, Smack. We now go straight to the UCC representative, Mr. James Beronda. Please open your mic and video. Can you spotlight James?
Yes, good morning, everyone. Just a minute before I put on my video. Can everyone see me?
Yes, we can see you. Go ahead.
All right. First of all, I must thank you all for today's session. And personally, I'm glad this is taking place. It's the first of its kind we're doing. So I'm really happy about this. First of all, I bring you greetings from the Uganda Communications Commission, from the Executive Director, who sent me a text about this particular program, and she's really quite happy about it. We thank the participating partners, RENU, for enabling this sort of environment. And of course, the e-learning platform we've been trying to create at UCC with the different schools, Gayaza, Mwiri, SMAC, and Makerere. Is it Makerere College? Yes.
Nabisunsa for now.
Nabisunsa, sorry, Nabisunsa. However, we have so many programs at UCC, and this is just one of them, though we have a bigger vision. Our bigger vision is to have all schools connected into the RENU network, because we believe once you're connected into one same network, it will be much easier for you to interact than using the traditional internet, for instance. So we encourage as many schools to come on board into this initiative, as we also continue to develop our e-learning platform. Probably Mr. Dungu could have shared with you. I'm happy because I see lots of schools in there. I see Kasao, Wampewo, and Kasese. I think I saw Kasese. This is the kind of thing we've really been trying to champion. And I remember when Mr. Dungu came into our offices at UCC, the question was, how is this even possible? But here we are, and we have different schools sitting in their different locations trying to solve mathematical questions and whatever. I mean, we've got to accept that this is going to be the sort of a new normal. You remember a long time ago when people would learn virtual online, there would be sort of, people would not take it seriously. But here we are now, where virtual learning is probably going to be the normal. So we could have, I know I wouldn't be impressed during my days having to restrict me to not to go for seminars into another school. But we're not saying we're going to replace that completely, but we can complement where possible, especially where resources are a bit of a constraint. Especially the schools that are a bit up country can also benefit from the urban schools. So really, in my view, I think it is a wonderful program. I encourage you all to participate, and please remain focused. And we promise to continue offering you a lot more support. We've also received a couple of textbooks, ICT textbooks, which we'll be distributing to your schools very soon. We also have another program, ICT clubs. I don't know how many of you have ICT clubs in your schools. That has also been done by UCC under the RCDF, and we continue to support, because I think this year we are disrupted by COVID, but again, we have more funding coming for the ICT clubs. We are also thinking of involving you in something we call the National Communications Conference. Normally, this has been targeting only universities, but we now think it's high time we also involve secondary schools. And what a better way to use schools. Like, when I see the kind of things you're doing, it shows me that you're actually ready now to participate in things like that. I know you are part of the earlier bigger program, which was called the ASIA, which UCC used to run, though we no longer run that. but I want to assure you that we are very much committed and will continue to give you as much support as you require. Let me not eat much into your time, but to thank all our partners, Renu, the team, Mr. Dungu and your team, please thank you for having put this together, plus also the 4 participating schools who have been trying to champion this. And please, I continue to argue that when this program comes into your schools for internet connectivity, and please support these programs because we really want them to be successful in your schools. Allow me to stop there, and probably I'll come in later when you're done. Thank you.
Thank you, James, and thank you, UCC, for being visionary in this, and we hope we shall go all the way. Over to Guyana.